today, this is not Kart Adamı or this is not Istanbul Karts here speaking. So we have a new guest and a new host for Global Karts Collector podcast series and YouTube series. And this is Berk, which you can find me from Instagram, Berk Collect. And today we have a very special guest and a good friend, a good collector, and good, let's say, sports lover that I can call him. İlker Uris together with us. We will talk about collection, his collection, his current, let's say, job, and we will talk deeper about his collection and his passion about collection. So, welcome, İlker, and thanks for your time. Really, thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you very much, Berk. Thank you. It's a
Thank,
pleasure to be here today.
thank you very much. So, I just want to, I just don't get into details and introduce our, let's say, listeners or viewers today, but I will directly leave this topic to you. Please shortly introduce yourself and your current, let's say, what you are doing, and also for sure about Mythos. And let's hear you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, as you said, well, I think I have been a collector for over 25, maybe 30 years almost. And I live in Switzerland. I work for a major football organization close to Geneva region in Lyon. And here I'm responsible of running the executive office, the office of the general secretary. And I have been working in football since I was graduated from the university in 2004. And this year is my 20th year. I worked for 12 years in Turkish Football Federation. And in the last 8 years, I'm here in Switzerland.
Oh.
So Turkish Football Federation is obviously for our US-based collectors is the Turkish Soccer Federation, most probably.
Yes, still, this is a confusing, let's say, definition for some of the collectors, but yes, let's say soccer we are talking about right now. So you say that, let's say, for a long time you have been in, let's say, collecting topics. So first of all, what got you into collecting? When it started, and also, let's say, is it started with sport memorabilia or jerseys or tickets or something like that? So what is the starting point?
Well, I mean, when I go back, I was a kid that liked to read a lot, and I was not the greatest extrovert, I would say. I didn't have too many friends. I really like to go out, play football, and spend some time outside. Obviously, as a kid that was born in 80s, beginning of 80s, and grown up in the end of 80s, beginning of 90s. So those days, when we were going to the small markets, which we call bakkals, we used to get some confectionery, gums, chocolates, especially gums, used to have some football cards inside them. And I think I started collecting them first. Then, you remember when you opened the Coke and other soda bottles, we were collecting those caps and play with them. Then marbles, we used to play with them. So anything actually you can make a game out of it.
I don't know if you remember, but there was a gum soccer card series called Stadyum 94, Stadyum 94.
Yeah, exactly.
I have the full series still. I still have it. And still, for me, it's maybe one of the most, let's say, precious collectible in my, let's say, in my collection.
It's a 30-year collectible when you think about it. So it's amazing. It's amazing, and the quality is so terrible, but still
like cardboard or basic paper. There is basic paper, but the feeling was, let's say, extraordinary. So
yes, and then I mean, 96 was breaking point. I think 96 euro was widely distributed in Turkey, the collection of Panini, and that collection brought many people into collectibles hobby. And 96 euro was one of the starting
and
points.
Also it was sponsored by Coca-Cola at the same time. So the
exactly.
so the The album was also, in terms of design, it was somehow extraordinary. So I remember that one, and I have the full one also. So I totally got you. So when we talk about, I just want to also, yes, you are located in Switzerland, but what I just want to also discuss about the Turkish collectible market a little bit. That is
Yes,
our
of
also
course.
common point, and also I think we have also mentioned that together with Will and John in the previous episodes about Mythos, because
Mhm.
I think we everyone can agree that Turkish is a big market in terms of let's say soccer. But I don't
Mhm.
want to discuss about the financials, but sooner or later we will come back to that point. But
Of course.
what is the story of Mythos in Turkey? And
Mhm.
uh, and I think what is Mythos and Top's relationship right now in Turkey? So
Mhm.
if we can introduce our let's say listeners a little bit more, I have more questions about that.
Of course. I mean, again, during the pandemic, the collectibles market saw a crazy increase. And I remember I'm a avid follower of social media, and I have been reading a lot of things. And you may remember that collectibles were brought into the uh, agenda of the common people by many newspaper articles or internet
Mm-hmm.
articles
Mm-hmm.
saying that, look, this Pokemon card is fetching this amount of money, this
Yes.
soccer card is getting that amount of money, etc. Right during the pandemic, people with the aim of nostalgia, I think they went back and they looked into their um, they looked into their own collections and tried to find out what's missing, try to buy it, try to complete it, at least to revitalize a hobby. And
Mm-hmm.
during this, we were I also checked my collection and I saw that my Euro 2008, 2012 collections became really valuable at some point. I never sold anything there
Mm-hmm.
from them, but let's see what's going on. I mean, this is crazy. And, I have been also looking into the market in Turkey for some time, even before. And I had some colleagues that left the Turkish Football Federation around the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So what I was thinking is, we were talking to them all the time. My Aybars Jambay is the
Mm-hmm.
co-founder, and I was speaking to Aybars and saying that you need to do something. Let's do something together. I mean, you run it, and I support it
Mm-hmm.
from here. Let's find something that we can both enjoy. And
Mm-hmm.
one day, while I was walking the dog, I said, "Why don't we do this?" I gave a call first to a friend who was a board member in Galatasaray back then.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, look, what if I mean, set up a company and come to Galatasaray and ask for the rights? What do you think about this? And he said, oh, look, we have some licenses there, but none is exclusive. Very
Mm-hmm.
good news. And then I called one of the biggest investment guys in Turkey, Nevzat Aydın, who is a friend. He's a friend of mine. And I said, Nevzat abi, so what can we do? I mean, what do you think? Do you think it would be worthwhile to set up something like that? He said, yeah, yeah,
By
wow.
the way, I know that he's a, let's say, crazy collector also about
He's a
this.
crazy collector.
Yes, I know that a little bit.
Exactly, exactly. And I said, why don't we set up a card company? He said, "Well, if you need any support, you can ask me. I can find you the lawyers, the accountants and all these kind of things that's necessary for it. But obviously, we didn't have the money. I know I don't have the money. Ibars didn't have the money.
Mm-hmm.
So we were thinking how much it would cost, and we were thinking to set up something on demand, only just to sell on internet. And we would go to the clubs. We would basically beg them to give us the rights, and we will market some cards every week from the what happened that weekend within the matches, and then we would sell them. And the business plan was as basic as that. And
But
we said it can start as a hobby company,
huh.
and it can move on. That was the plan, but it went a bit bigger, obviously. And the money came. The initial investment came from former Turkish national team players Hamit Altıntop and Nuri Şahin, and active German national team players İlkay Gündoğan and Emre Can.
Emrecan. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So four of them made a
A good,
small,
a good, let's say, a good midfielders, let's say, or
yeah, exactly.
good guys to
Good,
collaborate.
a perfect midfield, I would say, when you think
Good
about
guys
it.
to collaborate, yes.
Exactly, and all of them are really nice people, and they were, I mean, they liked the idea of football players, soccer players having their own um, tradable
Memory,
card company.
yes,
So that
yes.
was also a good pitch, I think. And they put in the money, and we started working. And I think we set up the company in May, so this month, in 3 years ago,
Mm-hmm,
21. And the first cards came out with the first cards were Trabzonspor.
mm-hmm,
It was in, I think, September 21. So in three
mm-hmm.
months, we released the first cards to the website,
Amazing.
the brand, everything.
By the way, you are telling it in a very cool and calm and let's say like basic things, but maybe I don't want to, let's say, create a negative vibe, but when we consider the economy, the Turkish, the let's say
Mhm.
fluctuation of the Turkish economy, this is like a crazy idea on the one side
Yes, yes,
because
exactly. No, no, it's
because
exactly
yes,
like
yes,
that.
so this is also another thing. So finding this kind of, let's say, investors or let's say encouraging yourself to do it is a real passion. Without passion, I think, without a collector mentality and without, let's say, involving to these let's say illness which I go then I think it's impossible. But I really admire. But can you also let's say give also a little bit hint about how is the current situation with tops right now?
Okay,
Hmm.
sure. I mean, when we set up the company, there was event in Istanbul, the Champions League draw,
Hmm.
and uh, before that, I think, or several months before that, I was really obsessed with this tops collection. Lost Rookies,
Hmm.
tops now, and also what was it called? The illustration
Hmm.
projects,
Hmm. Hmm.
and
Hmm.
all these kind of things. And I was asking tops guys, I was sending emails to tops guys, but getting no reply, obviously, saying that why don't we have them in Switzerland? Michael Eisner used to own the company, and
Hmm.
Michael Eisner, uh, from somewhere, I found his email, and I and somebody in my organization knew him as well, and I started an introduction saying that I'm this person contacting through that person, and I can't find Tops products in Switzerland. How is it possible? And of course, that was created a big mess within the Tops organization. And they
Good,
somebody
good way
called me
of reaching
immediately.
people.
So
Complaining, first
somebody
of all,
called me.
complaining.
Somebody called me immediately, and we met them in Istanbul during this draw.
Okay.
And I told them, look, my friends set up this company here in Turkey, and I'm supporting them. And would you be interested in having an operation in Turkey? And they said, yes, yes, we were looking into this. They were really, at the same time, they were looking into meet with a
Amazing.
company in Turkey. And everybody was telling them, no way. I mean, nobody can sell this. Please don't sell. It's not a good product. And, everything, Turkish negativity. It's too expensive for Turkish market. It's impossible to sell, etc., etc. And I said, we can do it, I think. And they appointed us as their marketing and retail agency. But we
Perfect.
didn't sign anything. Huh? We just
Mhm.
basically, we were just trusting.
Like a trial, yes.
Yeah, exactly. Trusting each other in a way. And
Perfect.
we started, and it moved on, and it's going stronger and stronger. It's,
That,
it's
yes.
increasing every year, and we have good relations with Tops. We enjoy the company. Now they are under the brand of Fanatics.
Fanatics, yes.
And I mean, I think they are doing a good job as well.
Yeah.
They just
Uh,
recently completed their industry conference,
mhm,
and
mhm.
the news looks bright. I think the
Perfect.
numbers are going well. I mean, at least in Turkish market, the numbers are really
Turkish
good.
Dynamics, yes, constantly Turkish
Yes,
Dynamics. So,
exactly.
I think except tops, I think you have also some followers. I mean, you and Mythos have some followers from abroad, outside of Turkey. So, what
Mhm.
are their feedbacks about Mythos cards? And I think we also need to mention again Arda Güler, let's say crazy vibes of Arda Güler, because I think that was also a kind of an investment for Mythos in some way,
Yeah,
because
exactly.
the first cards, rookie cards of Arda Güler is published by Mythos, and thanks to Arda and thanks to Real Madrid and thanks to his talent, let's say God-given talent, I think we are, let's say, watching him. At least I am a Beşiktaş supporter, not a big fan, but let's say I'm supporting Beşiktaş. But whenever Arda Güler has a match, I am just looking at it as a football point of view, as a, let's say, fanatic of Arda Güler point of view, and as a collector point of view. I am
Exactly.
looking in different ways. So what kind of a vibe Arda Güler created for Mythos, and what kind of feedbacks you are collecting from outside of Turkey?
I mean, Arda Güler, of course, great talent, and we knew that he was a great talent. I mean, it's not something that we go and we
Uh-huh.
found a talent and
Yes.
we get to sign things. No, it's not like this. Arda Güler was a great talent for sure. And when we signed him, I think he was 16 and a half or 17 years old. And
Yes.
I remember sending his name to some people in the TOPS organization asking to get his signature. So you need to get his signature in a way, and TOPS trusted Mythos to get Arda as their player, and
Amazing.
Arda and TOPS signed a contract, and this is one of his Arda's first endorsement contracts, I think. So
Perfect.
in his career, which was great, and for Mythos, of course, when we get Fenerbahce, and we didn't get Fenerbahce in the first season, by the way. They didn't let us
Yes,
have the
yes.
rights. And in the second season, when they see it's going well for the other clubs, they jumped in. And when we get the rights, we started retroactively printing cards from Arda Güler's first match, first goal, first European match, and all these kind of things. And we managed to get them signed. We managed to get them numbered, rarefied, I would say.
Amazing.
And then these were sold out immediately on our website. And the people that bought them, I know some people earning, I think they bought it for €2, they sold it for €200. There are like examples like this.
And
Signed
still,
cards,
it's going
yeah, of
like
course,
as
it will go
yes.
higher as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it will be also for his patch card, for example. I
Mm-hmm.
think they bought it for I think how much, 50 euros or dollars, or
Mm-hmm.
$40, something like this, and they were selling. I know people that sold it for $4,000. So so
Good
which is
investment, which is a
it's a
very,
good investment.
very logic
It was a
investment.
quick investment. It helped, obviously. I mean, people everywhere around the world knows our company now. PSA
Perfect.
acknowledges our company as the uh, printer of the publisher of the first Arda cards,
Mm-hmm.
which is also great, and they are grading our cards,
Yes,
which makes
yes.
us proud as well. But we want to enhance this relationship with PSA and other companies,
Grading
so that,
companies, yes.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. So we would like all our collections to be recognized, so
Exactly.
to become
So
a truly global company.
no, it's perfect. So it's a matter of time on the other hand. Again, so these are all, let's say, documentary stuff. So lots of things I think on the background. So I hope things are going smooth, and I hope we can also, let's say, promote talents like Arda Güler more. So because this
Semih,
is a
for
mark,
example,
Semih, yes, yes,
Semih Kılıçsoy is also getting really good attention from Europe right now, I think.
exactly.
People are following him and people are waiting for his move.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Barış Alper Yılmaz of
Yes,
Galatasaray is getting good
exactly.
attention from Europe. Sasha Boye's first cards were again printed by us. He had a
Amazing.
sticker before in Liga,
Yes,
and now we have his cards. And again, he will also make a big transfer, I think, at the end of this
perfect.
season. Ferdi Kadıoğlu, same.
Yes, we
He
are
will
waiting
so
same.
there are many talents
That's
there,
why
really.
I think İlker, this Euro Championship is also super critical for not only for Turkish clubs but also for the whole let's say sport sports guys or collectors in Turkey also because it's a market. So
Of
I
course,
hope
it's going to be a good market. I mean,
for sure for
remember
everyone.
when, yeah, I think this year people will make the big jump of, will look for the big jump of Lamine Yamal for sure.
Yes,
And
yes,
he did well in Barcelona, obviously, since
yes,
his
wonder
starts.
kids,
Yes,
wonder
wonderkid.
kids.
But again, I think Turkish players will be also on the lookout.
Yes. So when considering your current, let's say, collection,
Mhm,
you are located in Switzerland. So I have, I have, I don't have that much, let's say, experience about Switzerland in terms of collecting. I search a little bit,
mhm.
but what is it like to be a collector in Switzerland? Is it easy to reach, let's say, cards? Not only I'm talking about football, but also other types. And what kind of things you are collecting?
Mhm.
What is your portfolio, let's say?
Now, what I have been doing lately, uh, actually, I have been focusing a lot on tickets.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a really nice ticket collection. I will show some of them
Uh-huh.
soon. But in Switzerland, the collectors, there is a nice collectible community, I would say, and there are people doing box breaks. I think,
Mm,
but many of them live in the Swiss German part.
mm,
So, and this is not an easy one when you think of the language
mm,
difference. I
mm-hmm,
live in the French part, and also there are some card shows from
mm-hmm,
time to time.
mm-hmm,
But I think the biggest community in Switzerland is Pokemon
mm.
and Magic the Gathering, and then comes the sports collectibles.
Okay.
It's also not easy to bring cards into Switzerland because Switzerland is also European Union,
Mm-hmm.
and the customs are quite strict. And
Ha.
that's why they are not like Turkish customs, I can guarantee you, but it's in a different way. In a different way, these are even worse because here
Ha.
they don't keep your stuff. Okay, they don't keep your stuff at the
Ah.
customs. What they do is they send your stuff, then they send you a bill saying that here is your
Oh.
tax. And if the company or person that's sending you the cards are sending in a wrong way with wrong information or with,
Of.
let's say, less valuation, your invoice is bumped highly. I remember, for example, we used to bring some Tops project cards and Tops now cards, and at some point Tops made a big mistake sending into Switzerland, and many people paid around between 500 to 1,000 francs of tax invoices.
Of.
So it's not an easy place to do the collectibles, but it's good. It's a good one. What I do is I again when I find some nice hobby breaks, I participate in the hobby breaks. If I find
Hmm.
some boxes from some countries like Netherlands, Belgium,
Mm-hmm.
etc., I am buying them. For example, uh, I bought something out of life. I bought Star Trek, the Next
Hmm.
Generation cards of
Yes.
Rittenhouse, and these were really fun breaks for me. I
Yes.
personally, I love the show, and
Uh-huh.
also the Life collection, the Life trading card game. It's a new
Yes,
company,
I
and
saw it. I saw it from your social media
exactly,
account. I
the quality is nice. I think it's a good product. They are doing endangered animals collection, and the drawings are
amazing.
really nice.
Very unique, very niche, right? It is something else.
Yeah,
It's a
exactly. It's totally different. Something
actually,
totally different.
I also have the same kind of a collection. When I was in Brussels, I
Mhm,
saw a sneakers store, okay, and they are just celebrating, I think, Nike's 20 year of sneakers or something like that. This kind of a collection, sticker album, and all
mhm.
of the, let's say, unique Nike sneakers as a sticker book. So it was amazing for me. I know that I will never, let's say, complete this album, but just buying
Mhm.
the stickers and let's say
Of
trying
course.
to find again chasing for someone else to let's say find them and to swap some stickers if possible, because I saw that there is no let's say collection in last stickers. So I just opened the page for
Collection.
them and invite people from Discord channel from their Discord channel to last sticker, because they are talking French and it is really hard to match the swaps and missing parts. So I can totally understand, and it's finding this kind of unique albums or let's say collections are, let's say, make you feel really good.
There is
So,
a 100 years ago. So, in Switzerland is a chocolate company, chocolate country, and
mhm,
chocolate producers were big families. So Nestle was a
mhm,
family,
mhm.
Kayer was a family, and others are also all family names. And at some point,
Yes.
Nestle gathered them together around 100 years ago and created under Nestle brand. They are still operating with their names, but under Nestle brand.
Mhm,
So these companies used to have their own card collections. So when you buy a chocolate, you can get a card inside. It's not a card, it's very bad quality, 100 years ago I'm talking about. But
okay.
they used it as an educational tool. And
Amazing.
they say, for example, let's say mammals. So there's a mammals collection. Wonders of the world. So there is this architectural collection. The world's longest bridges. There is another
Yeah,
collection.
you
So every month, every 2 months, they have these, they were releasing these.
I
Now
this
they are living in books. So there are
amazing.
books. So when you buy the album, you just stick those on the
Mhm,
places.
mhm.
And one side is like, say, 16 or 24 cards. One side you have the cards, the other side you have the story. So when it's about bridges, you can read about the bridges on the
And
left,
matching it
and
with the
you match
pictures.
them with the pictures. And so that's how they were teaching kids and selling
You
chocolate to them at the
Y-
same time.
Yes, you remember when I found your email address again, searching from different places. We also had the same discussion with you. Actually, this hobby should be started from the childhood. So we all started from that because we were afford to. We
Mhm.
can afford to buy them. So I think these kind of ideas are super important to pull, let's say, young children and let's say boys and girls to the collection. And it's a very good idea and very unique, let's say. So,
Yes, yes,
so,
so that's why it's a 100-year-old hobby here in
mhm,
Switzerland. You can
mhm.
see that.
Okay. So, do you have any interesting story about your, let's say, finding a very unique card or very
Of course.
found accidentally found a rare card or signatures from legends or something like that? So, do you have any
I
stories
have
about
I
that?
have plenty of stories. So, Lionel Messi's first match was against Porto. So in the Porto Stadium, Dragao Stadium opened in 2004,
Uh-huh.
and Porto played against Barcelona in the opening. Lionel
Mhm,
Messi goes in and plays this match. So this is
mhm.
the first match, and this his ticket from that match is extremely important when you think about it. And but people were not aware of the value of it back in the time. So in 3 years ago, I used to work in Porto as a media officer for the Champions League seasons about 12, 13 years ago,
Mhm.
and I knew the stadium manager. I called him. I said, "So, do you know if if Lionel Messi's first ticket? Do you have it? I mean, somewhere. If I can find it." He said, "Well, I don't know. I mean, I need to ask, but my parents keep everything together." And I said, "Look, it can be really valuable." He said, "How valuable?" I said, "I don't know, 1,000, 2,000 euros, something like this." Oh, great! I never thought it would worth something. So back in the time, he calls his parents, and his parents really had the ticket. And from the old stadium, they removed some tiles. So when they give people the ticket, they gave a tile as well to
Oh,
remember the old stadium. So we have the tile, we have the ticket, and when I get it, I said, "So what do you want me to do?" He said, "What can we do?" I sent it to Golden Auctions, and it was sold in Golden Auctions, both with the tile and the ticket. And
amazing.
So that's how you find a ticket in a way. You know, the stadium manager's father is keeping everything at his home, which is opposite to Turkey, I would say, because we keep never anything at home. I mean, either
Yes.
mothers or wives are responsible of
I
throwing everything out.
Yes, our biggest regrets are coming from our mothers and our, let's say, wives, because they say that, okay, now they are not living with us, so okay, these are the trash, we can throw something like that. So we have all these
Exactly.
kind of memories.
Exactly. Then I found it again, by the way, that ticket after selling it. So I still have it, have the ticket. By the way, if you want, I can show you. I think.
For sure, we want to see.
So I have almost all Messi's critical match tickets. So let's say this is his first national team match with Argentina against Hungary. This is his first match in the World Cup.
Do you plan to grade them also from PSA,
I
or
want to, but I'm really afraid to send something to US
no?
because everything is lost
No.
somehow.
So agree.
And this is the ticket
That
FC,
match.
that match FC Porto Barcelona ticket, or his first Copa America match, or his first Olympics
Amazing.
match, his first goal for Paris Saint-Germain, first. I don't think I have the Inter Miami ticket, but I don't know if they printed that ticket. So I have a big Messi collection, I would say, with
Yes,
me.
perfect. So, what about in terms of cards? If I ask you what are your three favorite cards or stickers in your collection, it's hard
I
to
mean,
say.
it's really hard to say. I mean, for cards, but I will show you one more thing before moving on to cards.
Okay, please.
Okay, so this is something that and here comes my favorite card as well, but I save it now.
Drum roll.
So this is
Pele,
1958. Yes, 1950
1958.
World Cup. So Pele's first World Cup match, first goal, first final, and first victory tickets signed by Pele. All of them.
Oh,
I
we are
found the
looking at the
tickets.
history right now.
Yes,
Really.
I found the tickets in Sweden. So there is a nice site called Tradera. They still have those tickets. There are many people in Sweden saving their tickets.
Amazing.
And so I found them, and Pele's former agent helped me get the signature.
For me, getting digitalized in terms of tickets, I hate digitalized tickets. So I am still saving, let's say, QR codes or digital PDF version of tickets and printing it out also for my
Yes.
collection. I'm not a big collector of tickets, but concert tickets or match tickets, I'm still collecting it and I'm still printing it out just to have
It's
it.
nice. And this is also the card. This is again, this is Maple Leaf Brazil with
Amazing.
Pele. Pele signed it as well.
Amazing.
So it's really nice.
It's amazing, really. Okay.
So that's what I enjoy. And also I can show you. I have one of my favorite cards this year is this Icardi card.
Yes, from top. Okay, tops.
So
10 out of
tops now.
8 out of 10. Yes.
8 out of 10. We sold it in Mythos as well, this card.
Yes.
And I think there were around 30 orders. And Icardi is not really interesting for Europeans or Americans, but for Turkish market it was important.
He's like a legend right now.
And because we ordered so many cards, we got many numbered.
Perfect.
And I sent all the numbers to Turkey. I think we had four
Numbered ones.
4 numbered cards out of 10 here in this. And I sent them to Turkey, and we gave it to our collectors who bought it from us.
Amazing.
Then I went on eBay and bought this one.
Amazing.
Find this one. I like this Messi as well. So this is number 2
For
5.
me, any kind of Messi is okay. Base, stickers. I have also the bronze or gold World Cup limited stickers also.
It's a nice one as well.
Yes.
I remember, and also, for example, this is, I think, Nobility, Panini Nobility Carlines Rummenigge. I asked Mr. Rummenigge to sign it, and he signed it for me. So this is normally a non-signed card, but it's signed. I like this final boss of superstars,
Öf.
last year's superstars, because of this, you know, two
And
8-bit boss writing. And this is
amazing.
number to 10, and
10
this
to 10.
number 10 to 10 of 10. So Haaland's 10
Amazing.
of 10.
Okay, these are really perfect, let's say, examples of Pele, Icardi, Haaland. So I think these are your favorite cards and stickers, right? From your, or
I, I,
do you want to show more?
I have Mbappe. I have all the cards of Mbappe, all the tickets of Mbappe, I would say. From his first match in Monaco, last match in Monaco, Nations League finals, you know,
World Cup final
everything. World Cup final, yes,
also.
everything. And also, for example, I have this Panini instant card. I remember. I try to remember this. You remember the penalty he missed, so against Switzerland. So one of the greatest moments of Swiss football, I would say. I have even this one. I will get him signed this at some point in his life. I have a quite long time span for my signatures. And for example, Zinedine Zidane was here, and I asked him to sign his first ever match ticket. You know, you remember Andrea Pirlo was in Turkey for 1.5 seasons almost.
Yes.
So I had it. I will show you. See, for example, this is his debut ticket for Milan.
Milan Lazio.
Exactly. So this is his first.
And the conditions are also looks
conditions
really
are
fresh.
really nice.
Yes,
exactly.
amazing.
And for example, the biggest match played in Turkish soil is probably this Champions League final 2005.
Milan Liverpool.
Milan Liverpool match, and this is signed by Rafael Benitez. So and also Fenerbahçe fans doesn't like this one, but Fenerbahçe Milan match in Istanbul where Shevchenko scored the hat-trick.
Shevchenko versus Servet Çetin case, let's say.
Exactly, and Shevchenko signed this as well.
Oh, amazing.
And you know, Roberto Carlos. So Roberto Carlos had this one was, yes, you know, this free kick against France.
Yes, France.
It's Le Tournoi. So this is the ticket from that match.
I think the opening game of Stade de France.
I don't remember. I don't know, but this is Le Tournoi. This is called Le Tournoi, and so this is the ticket of that match.
But you also purchase these tickets first of all from internet,
yes,
then
course.
you clear.
Yes, of course.
Amazing.
And also this is from semi-final against Turkey. You know,
for us, it's, let's say, the top level, I think, right? For Turkish football.
Exactly, for Turkish football. But this is signed by Roberto Carlos as well. That match ticket. So,
any signed football cards from, let's say, you have any football cards? I think you have it for sure, but
I have some signed cards, but signing cards is a bit problematic, you know. When it's not an easy one. You need to select the perfect pen.
Exactly.
And, you know, the color is not fitting most of the time. And I know that this program is followed by many basketball collectors.
Exactly.
I have something crazy as well, but not with me. So I have all the tickets of Luka Doncic. When he was playing in Real Madrid. When he was so his EuroLeague matches against Efes.
I think John is directly, let's say, a fan of, let's say, Balkan and Soviet basketball players. So Jokic, Doncic. So I think he's crying right now while watching this.
Now what I did is a friend of mine, a colleague of mine, is a longtime friend of Doncic's father. So next time Doncic is in Slovenia, hopefully he will sign my tickets as well. So that's the big plan, I would say.
So actually that will be my next question. So do you have any, let's say, target players or cards or tickets that you want to have, or you are still chasing for it?
Well, I mean, whenever I have time, whenever I have a look into it, I look at the iconic names. So I have, again, tickets of players like Thierry Henry, for example, Francesco
Yes.
Totti,
Mm-hmm.
Zinedine Zidane, all these. I got even signed Zinedine Zidane's as well. And when I have a chance, I buy them. And of course, when I had the money, I buy them.
But
Not when it's just.
but anyone who you don't have right now, but want to reach, let's say, chasing for it.
Yeah, I mean, chasing for it, I have. I think Lamine Yamal should be good, but he
Yes.
doesn't have any tickets. I'm afraid that's a big problem. I need to have a look into it.
Problem
Uh,
of digitalization, maybe, right?
yes, Jude Bellingham. I have some of his first tickets when he was playing for Birmingham.
Of.
So, and I have something crazy. This is really nice as well. This
I
is
was guessing that I have some tickets of Jude Bellingham when he was playing in his backyard. So I was waiting. Birmingham, he's 15 years old maybe at Birmingham, right?
exactly,
Two
exactly.
time ago.
So this is from
Haaland.
Molde. Yeah, exactly.
Haaland?
Haaland. Yes. So one of his first tickets.
Amazing.
This. So
Amazing.
I would love to get this signed by Haaland as well. So I'm more into people, I would say, following up people than getting the
Let's say
tickets.
creating the
So
connection. But I think this is for me also, this is the, let's say, actually, this is also related with my another question. So I think this is the best part of making collection. For sure, they have some, let's say, they have some value in terms of money. We all agree with that. And for example, we always argue with Will and John. So they are mostly in also trading part of the collection. But
yes.
for me, I am just a collector, not a trader. So
Mm-hmm.
mostly. So I am always I feel like they are the most unique cards. When I have it, they are the most unique cards. So that's
Yeah,
why
of course.
I am like whoever they are, I am like, okay, this is the best card. So I cannot, let's say, sacrifice them, let's say. But
So I show you one thing. So this is again Pele, but this is of course Muhammad Ali as well. So this is against from Sweden. So in Sweden, this record,
interesting.
Timmy and Record is a nice magazine who used to give out cards, but cards were not as like this. So you were supposed to cut
Of,
them.
of.
And Pele signed this one as well for me back in the time. Late Pele, thanks for him. I mean,
The,
thanks to him, he did really fantastic
yes,
job. So
yes.
it was really cool
So,
for
so,
me.
so for you, let's say parallel to this question, what are two best things about card collecting for you? What makes you feel a real collector, and what makes you feel, let's say, happy about collecting?
Again, I like the chase a lot, the chase, and also the following up the information as well. So when,
Exactly.
let's say, you find a ticket, okay, out of nowhere, and you
Hmm.
say, this is an Argentina ticket, so it can be linked with Messi. This is a Norway ticket, it can be linked with Haaland. Is it linked with Haaland? Yes, you can have a look and you say, this is the ticket of his debut. For
Amazing.
example, I have been looking so long for Zlatan Ibrahimovic's overhead kick
Oh,
ticket.
against England, right?
Yes, exactly. So I think I found it at some point, and I have a big Zlatan Ibrahimovic collection as well. I am good friends with Maxwell, former Ajax left back,
Yes.
former
Hmm.
PSG left back.
Yes.
So I have a task for him in my hand. So when he sees Zlatan, he has something to sign for me. I mean, a big like this kind of thing.
Amazing.
So,
Amazing.
and I like the chase of this, looking into the match, looking into the players, if it's a debut, if it's a first goal, if it's a fifth goal, 10th goal, whatever it is, if it's a milestone match. So for tickets, I like this. For cards, what I like most is to look into, the parallels. If there is a really nice color variation
Hmm.
that I like, I look into artistic value, and I look into the how rare they made it. So how they managed to do this card, this is very important. And that's what I'm trying to implement in Mythos as well. I'm telling them, look, when we do something, it needs to be good. So
High
it needs to have
quality.
some value,
Yes.
high
No.
quality, and also it needs to mean something. We shouldn't put out cards that mean nothing, you know. So it's just to put out collections without
People, I
any
think, yes,
purpose.
agree. People should find something in the cards to, let's say, match with them. So I think
Exactly.
this is the critical point. So sometimes it should be a design. Sometimes it should be the, let's say, the posture of the player.
Again, I
Sometimes
like
it's,
this photo of Icardi a lot because it means, you know, the goal, you know how he scored it.
yes. I
He
think this
just
is
lobbed.
Manchester United game, right?
Yes, Manchester
Yes.
United match over Onana, you know. So you know the story of
Yes.
it. He misses the penalty, then he goes and
Super cool. Super
super
cool.
cool goal,
We,
you know. It's an
like
amazing moment.
nothing happened for him, like a regular day in the office. So
Yeah, exactly. So it's you know this story, and you know how you can see in his face,
I
and
totally and I think maybe after 20, 30 years later, when you look at that card, you remember the story
exactly.
without
So that's the point. That's the
exactly.
exact point. We are storing the memory in these
Yes.
cards. That's why I love tops now. I love Mythos moments. You know, today, tomorrow, yesterday
Yes.
cards.
Yes.
All of them, because then we are giving people their memories printed on a card, which they can share, they can save in 20 years time when they have a look into it. That photo and the story behind the card will take them back to this moment again.
Exactly. Exactly.
So
Again,
that's how nostalgia
and
works. And
this is you say that this is a moment card type of a card. I still feel the same thing, and I still remember, let's say, the 94 USA World Cup. Still,
yes,
when I look at the faces like Kostadinov, like the guy who was murdered in Colombia, you
Escobar,
remember?
yes,
Yes, these I still remember when I looked at guys. So it's by the way, I'm super, let's say, my memory is really rubbish. I don't remember too much things, too much memory. So that's why whenever I look at this, most of my friends say that, how do you remember this player? How do you remember this team? So it's about like matching these pictures with your memory. So I hope I can do
exactly.
the same thing for my business and also for my daily life. So I need something like that.
Of
So
course.
as a, let's say, as a final question of our podcast, what one thing you wish could happen in the hobby? What do you want to change if you have a magic stick, let's say?
I don't know. I mean, I think, okay, hobby is working on supply and demand. This is
Mm-hmm,
obvious, like all the economy works.
mm-hmm,
But I think when we have too much demand, we shouldn't push on too much supply. You know, you know the hobbies ups and downs over the
mm-hmm,
years,
mm-hmm,
you know, and we know that greed played an important role, especially in the beginning of 90s in this hobby in the US, with some companies overproducing or, you know, printing the cards that were valuable outside the collection, selling them to shops, etc. All these kind of stories that we heard. What I would do is I would just, you know, focus on the day, create the best we can, and, you know, give it to the people, something to cherish.
exactly.
This is the most important part. So we shouldn't
Mm-hmm.
supply too much, even when the demand is high. No,
No,
we
this
shouldn't
is
act with
very
greed,
logic.
but we should act with good faith and, you know, for the good of the hobby. In a way, I know that everybody needs to earn
Earn
money
money,
to
everybody.
run these businesses, but again, if you focus on the product and if you don't focus on your profit, then I think it would be much better.
No, no, I totally agree. Again, thank you very much, Ilker, for let's say sharing your time. I think for the let's say followers of global card collectors, we today we host a very unique collector having both cards, tickets in his portfolio. And thanks for sharing all these, let's say, experiences and unique, let's say, memories. I think people can follow you from Instagram at İlker Uğur, right?
Yes,
İlker
correct.
Uğur, and
Yes,
also
exactly.
Mythos cards at Mythos cards, I
At
think, right?
Mythos cards, yes,
Let me,
exactly.
okay. So people can follow you. So thanks again for your, let's say, time that you shared with us, and hope to see you as soon as possible face to face.
Hopefully. Thank you.
Okay,
Thanks, man.
thank you very much, guys. Bye bye.